Paradise, Louisiana, with Gary Rispone and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana would also like to thank these sponsors.
Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Farm Bureau Insurance, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Demco, First South Farm Credit, Area Wholesale Tire Company, with tire programs for tire dealers.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana, from cold to hot to rainy. Don, it's been a great past weekend for a lot of people hunting and fishing, but for yours truly, Gary Rispone, it wasn't too good.
I'm Don Dubuque. You forgot one other weather element, fog. Don't forget that.
That's it. That fog was.
You encountered some firsthand.
Yeah,
I did too.
Firsthand. That's firsthand. Don, I'm telling you, I know you made a trip down to Hopedale.
Doing the deep freeze. You know, we talked about this last week that when things get really, really cold and the water temperatures start to drop, those redfish seek out some deeper water. They get into Bayou Lutry in the Hopedale, Shell Beach, Wyclosky area. Went down there. We caught some there. Also, they stack up on the shallow flats over the oysters when the sun is out because it warms the water up. We went there, picked up some nice redfish with Sanchez and Son, so we'll show you that.
Well, I went to Venice Marina, Mike Butler invited me down there, got me in a room and told me that whenever they had the windows of opportunity, they've been catching tuna, especially Wahoo. They were trolling in close, didn't have to go that far, but when the weather let you. So we looked at the calendar. I called Captain Dave Morgan. I had been talking to Peace Marvel and a couple of those guys, and those good captains were catching fish. And they got people traveling from Pennsylvania, Carolinas, everybody are coming in right now to catch those tunas in the wintertime. So we looked at the window opportunity would be Thursday. Predicted 2 to 3 foot seas. And then Friday and Saturday supposed to be rain and be bad. Well, anybody knows Venice, I know offshore cricket, and everybody knew I was coming. It didn't work out that way, so we went offshore. And 2 to 3s turned out to be from 4 to 6 or 4 to 5, and it was a little rough, and we didn't have that good a trip. But I'm gonna show you something. We had a lot of things happen that was educational and funny. Then we decided, went out there to do both for blast and cast. We went to make a duck hunt. Guess what? Fog. Ducks don't fly in the fog too well, but we had to go there. We got that. I done drove all them many miles down there. I was going duck hunting, them boys. The big boat, we crossed the river, played it safe. Hog never lifted, okay? And the next day after the rain, we did it again. So we had a duck hunt and a fishing trip. I black clouded everybody there. In fact, one of their deckhands, they called him Super Dave Roberts. He come down with the flu and was very sick. He was trying to do it. So, I black clouded the whole weekend. And everywhere I called, Don, I was getting reports people were killing ducks everywhere else. And you even caught fish, so I'm a little frustrated, Don.
Well, we also got a very uplifting story to tell, too. Your son, Vince Rispone, is going to join us and talk about a very special trip.
That's it. And we got the kayak guy coming back over here, Gaines Garrett with KC Kayaks. Keep us up to date on all the kayak news.
And some latest news from Wildlife and Fisheries, plus your hunting and fishing report, all coming up right here on Paradise, Louisiana.
When you're ready to really enjoy life at a slower pace, become a landowner. First South Farm Credit specializes in financing and refinancing land, but not just for farmers. They offer loans to purchase timberland, hunting and fishing, or recreational property. Their experience in land, timber, and loans set them apart from standard lending institutions. Contact a First South Farm Credit loan officer for more information. First South Farm Credit, a specialized rural land investment lender helping you realize your dream.
These engines run for thousands of hours to prove.
We did. With 20% more cleaning agents than before, Shell nitrogen-enriched gasoline.
No, the gasoline protects your engine better!
Awkward. Try Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines.
No other gasoline protects your engine better.
Visit Cracker Barrel convenience stores before heading fishing or hunting. We have more than you expect.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. And Gary, this feature upcoming from Hopedale is a lesson in fishing when the temperatures get down below the freezing range and that water temperature really drops. Got a chance to go down to Hopedale with the Sanchez brothers, and really it's a kind of a tale of two trips. The first stop we made was over on Oyster Reef. Shallow water, temperatures had been extremely cold. The lowest I could find the water anywhere in that area was below 39 degrees, and that is pretty chilly. We realize speckled trout fishing is just totally out of the question, but redfish continue to feed. They seek those comfort zones. They're looking for the deep areas, or they're looking for the shallow flats with shell bottoms where the sunlight warms those oyster shells up just enough to bring that temperature enough to where the fish stay active. The other place was where there's been so much going on. It's gotten back to normal now. You can always catch fish in Bayou Loutre. When it gets cold, it's about 8 or 9 feet deep, and those fish really stack up in there. The word gets out, people without boats, it affords them the opportunity to catch some really nice fish, catch a limit of fish pretty quick in the comfort of having your truck with the heater going on right next door to you. The thing that people need to keep in mind, and Glenn talked about it, a couple of things. Make sure that you pick up your mess, you don't trespass. There's private docks. There's also some people that have their boats docked there. You don't want to go on somebody's property without permission, and by all means pick up your trash. The other thing that I wanted to express to people is you can get out of control very quickly when you're fishing there. It's easy to catch those 5 redfish and keep going. We met some game wardens who were down there. They're going to be in plain clothes. You won't know they're fishing right next to you. There was one man caught with 47 redfish in the trunk of his car. And that's the kind of thing that can happen. Don't let it slip away from you. Adhere to the laws, and by all means have your fishing license. But a great opportunity for people without boats when those conditions are right. But keep this in mind, when the weather gets like this, you want to head for places, not just there in Hopedale, down Highway 1, there's also some areas around Dularge and Dulac. Find those deep holes, you're going to find a redfish. Here we are, the Sanchez, father and son, Glenn and Jonathan, in Hopedale.
Fish. A big, cold redfish. Well, he was just sitting on it too. Typically everything's just gonna hunker down on the bottom, try and find some shells, something that's gonna hold some kind of heat, and they're just gonna lay there like a bump on a log, you know? So, but that's typically what you're gonna wanna do. Usually the way I do it, if it's below 50 degrees, it's really redfishing time, you know? Redfish, drum, sheephead, whatever you can get to bite. Typically you want to fish over the shells, like I said, in either shallow water, close to some deeper water, because they're going to hold the heat a lot better than the mud bottoms, you know? And it also has the bait. And the fish, they're cold, but they're looking to eat too.
Well, actually, further up toward the bridge, the canal's a lot narrower than it is by us, so the fish are a little bit more concentrated up here. I believe that's what's going on. And dead bait on the bottom, either on a jig head or Carolina rig works, even a drop shot will work.
Over the oyster shells, I usually like to just have it kind of, whatever depth your water is, you know, you'll be able to figure it out. Just right at the bottom, so your lure can just kind of bounce up and down. You don't want it too deep, because when you pop your cork, it just does nothing, you know. Or you can go straight to the bottom and just slow work it. You'll feel the shells, but then you'll feel that little bit of a bite, you know. So that's probably over the shells. I mean, straight to the bottom is probably your best success. But with the cork, you'll be able to virtually see it, you know, visibly see it. They'll hit the plastic, but your chances are definitely better with a little piece of shrimp on it, something to make it smell.
All right, bring him on in here. All right, so we're just coming off some of the coldest weather we've had in a couple of years, which means some of the coldest water temperatures. So when you're finding the fish, you got to find where they are. And remember these two things, shells and holes.
Them trout, it's really hard, you know. If you catch trout on a day where the water's under 50 degrees, go buy you a lottery ticket.
All right, here it comes. All right, so if you find the spots where you got the shells with the warmer water,
or the deeper water, you're going to find the redfish. But just remember, it's easy to get carried away. 5 fish limit between 16 and 27 inches. And you'll catch all the fish you need right down here in the Hopedale area.
You know, you come along here and you can look, as long as you're not on anybody's dock or where they have a boat, and you shouldn't have too much problem, because there's a lot of places that you can fish. But you have to respect the people's property, and you don't want to be getting on their boats or on their dock, and, you know, just respect the people and respect their place. And pick up your trash. Pick up your trash.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at O'Lynn's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. O'Lynn's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
We build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. People who are chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and heavy hitters. More than what your Cooper tires can do, it's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
Of all the tools in your house, this could easily be the most dangerous, but it doesn't have to be. At Dimco, we can't stress this enough. Just keep it, and you, far away from power lines.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Captain David Morgan, we're here in Venice, Louisiana. We're going to be heading offshore today for some watertime tuna fin, yellowfin tuna action.
Besides down the butte, 20-mile-an-hour wind, Captain Dave Morgan gave me a good report. He said, it's better to have it and not need it, and need it and not have it. So we got it. And this is my New Year's resolution, even in a big boat.
Just got port.
Feels like a nice
Tuna. How about that? How about them apples?
What?
We have it. That is the bomber toxic mullet. Right there.
Yahoo, Wahoo, whatever, that's what we were looking for. From the muddy Mississippi to the clear water in the Gulf. And we are with Captain Dave Morgan and Super Dave Roberts. I'm gonna tell you what, we got Super Dave. Super Dave, we're supposed to go another place right now. We're supposed to catch a Wahoo here.
That's right, we were looking for a Wahoo, but we got a bonus yellowfin here.
Satisfied me. That's number one. We're just getting out here, just getting started. Been trying to do something with Captain Dave for a long time. He told me, come on, we got a little window. It's supposed to be calmer than this, but it's worth every minute of it.
Well, Gary, what we're trying to do here is get some of the small little hardtails they have out seeking refuge under these ships. They actually tend to work a little bit better than chilling.
Oh, we got a stringer full. Had a stringer full. Watch, I'm gonna flip them up right at you right there.
So now I'm down to the end of my leader. So this is where I'm gonna go ahead and fix a weight. We just use a rubber band, swirl it around several times, and then go right back through it. That'll keep it from sliding all the way down to your bait and get you a good little tail so they don't see it as well. We're gonna send her on down.
Sound asleep. Fish on, fish on.
What did you say?
Fish on, fish on. Wake up, that's alarm clock, Gary. The alarm clock's going
Come on,
off.
you gotta wake up.
You got visual?
He's right here under his boat. I can't see. That's that weight off. Not that big a fish. Woo! What? That's what I thought, the way it kept flapping when I slid resting out.
Did you get a hard deal?
Yep. Nice one.
Yeah. Curtis fish.
Get a hard deal.
Huh?
Yeah, don't need to vent tube or anything.
There he went. Went straight on down.
It's rubber, buddy.
Just a little bit there. Get this last fish in and we'll take it to the barn.
Never give up.
Never give up. Never. Never surrender.
This audio can't be too good, but
always one way.
I always say never stop fighting until the fight is done.
Yeah. What you say, Captain? The wind is whistling, it's high, and it's Peace Marvin and them getting ready to pick up. We've been fighting a good fight all day. It's been rough and building and getting rougher. We ready to go?
I think we are. We gave it a valiant effort this morning, all through the day, and it is picking up. It's supposed to start blowing this
It
evening.
was really something. We got there and we caught that first tuna. It looked like it was going to be a bonanza. And that's what we've been looking for. We're trying to find out fish, trying to find out more information. When we get back, it's a little quieter. We're going to talk to him about what to look for the rest of January and February. Right now, my stomach growling. I can't even make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. It's so rough right now. I can't hardly stand up. But it's a valiant effort, and I got to meet Super Dave Robbins today, and we're going to talk to him a little bit later too.
A lot of times we'll be trying to fish at the lump. It's been a popular place for a lot of anglers. A lot of articles have been written over. A lot of times we'll get on those this time of the season. We're fishing still live bait when we can find it. A lot of chum. Another trick we've been using are these diving baits. We call them rattle traps. This is a bomber toxic mullet, and we're just using it on a light stick and trolling these for wahoo. We have a lot of wahoo show up this time of year. They're hanging around these rigs, so that's one of the reasons we do a lot of rig hopping this time of year if the seas will permit.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Come to the family-owned and operated Cassius Casino in Port Allen today, where the Vegas-style video poker machines are ready for your entertainment. Cassius Casino is the finest, cleanest, classiest casino around. And Cassius 50-style diner is now serving seafood daily, along with your favorite home-cooked specials 24/7. Hey, Cassius is fun. Cassius is exciting. So come to the unsinkable Cassius Casino in Port Allen. Over the river 2 miles west of exit 151.
Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood. Because we're based in Louisiana, with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. Louisiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Yeah, finally, in the second split, I finally get to make a trip down to Venice. Went offshore yesterday, and today we duck hunting. These guys right here, they got a great name. They call them Team 3D. Got Captain Dave Morgan, we got Super Dave and Diamond Dave. Diamond Dave Rapola, Super Dave Robertson. I'm gonna talk to Super Dave right now because he's the one got out here left at 3:30 in the morning, come up and set all these decoys out for us, and drove all the way out here with a Go Devil type boat.
Well, so we're at the end of Baptiste Colette out near Grand Bay and Brenton Sound. We're kind of on the edge of the Gulf here, and it's quite foggy this morning. We're kind of waiting on the fog maybe to lift, and we'll get some birds in here. But this pond's right on the edge of the Gulf, and we've kind of got a lot of feed in here, and there's been a lot of ducks staying in this area, so we hope we're gonna have a great morning.
We just got to make sure that fog lifts. It's not real bad like it's been, but we got a little wind going. I hope the sun come out and burn some of it off. But we're seeing a few flights already. So
when you hunt with the black cloud, you either got 5-foot seas in the Gulf or fog in the morning, so watch out for the black clouds.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. That's all I can tell y'all. We're waiting on the birds to get here.
Boy, I'm gonna tell you about that Team 3D. This is it. Look at that sandwich. Diamond Dave, look at that. 2 pieces of ham, 2 different kind of cheeses, mayonnaise and mustard. Ooh, hey, little brother. That's
got duck breast.
Eating in the behind. Got chip. Got me a Coke in a bottle. Thank y'all, guys.
Success! He ate him a ham sandwich too. Over my head. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. Oh. You want some more ham? Come on.
Full of jelly.
Super Dave.
Black cloud. It's a black behind because I can't get nothing right. Can't catch fish. Can't kill ducks this weekend. Bad weekend. Gonna get better. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana. I'm still with the D's. We got Super Dave that got sick. Then I brought the black cloud and waved the black flag on him. And Dave Rapola. The other Dave got spoiled. Captain Dave Morgan, he went home. Can't believe it. Derek Kraft made me do this. By the way, you got a bad buddy when he makes you do this. Look at this ball. You watching Paradise, Louisiana. We're gonna be back. I don't give up. Look at this.
build tires, but not tires like anybody else. We build Cooper tires for people, not just cars. People who are chauffeurs and shuttle pilots, heavy haulers and heavy hitters. More than what your Cooper tires can do, it's about what you can do with your Cooper tires. Life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
These engines run for thousands of hours to prove.
We did. With 20% more cleaning agents than before, Shell nitrogen-enriched gasoline.
No, the gasoline protects your engine better!
Awkward. Try Shell nitrogen-enriched gasolines.
No other gasoline protects your engine better.
Visit Cracker Barrel convenience stores before heading fishing or hunting. We have more than you expect.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. And Gary, we got a very special guest with a very special hunting story. I'll let you do the introduction since you know him so well.
Very special person to me and my son Vince. So my only son. That's right. But no, Vince had a request from me, and Daddy wanted to borrow a camera. He had a very close friend that was with a serious bout with pancreas cancer, and his friend wanted. He didn't want to do it for TV, but he wanted to leave a legacy, outdoor legacy, and he wanted to make a video to leave a message to his family, especially his kids, about outdoors. So Vince asked me if I could set it up or if I had someplace we could hunt. Well, I struck out on a hunt, but I knew I could get him some cameras and stuff to do it, and he can handle it. But he found an old friend of ours that was so enthusiastic about doing it and does so much for charities and everything, Sean Burke. So, and I'll let Vince tell us how Sean came through and did what he did and how much he loves entertaining people at his camp.
That's right. You know, this all started probably back in October. And my friend Mark Merritt, he was diagnosed with cancer a while back, and he wanted a trip. You know, he wanted to go somewhere with his son. And so, like I said, I called you. You had a little trouble, so long friend of the family, Sean Burks. I think a lot of people know him from Central, of course, because that's where he graduated. Went to LSU, played linebacker for LSU. Went to the Redskins for a little bit. And now he's an owner of Antique Woods of Louisiana is the name of his business. Does great work with that. And so I called Sean, you know, left him a message, and I know he's busy. And 20 minutes later, you know, he called me back, you know, and he said, I'd love to do it. Told him the story about Mark and everything. He said he'd love to do it. So we set it up for the first week of December. And thanks to you and, you know, let me borrow the camera, I was able to film the whole thing for him, you know, and the whole experience. And one thing Mark wanted to do was to leave a legacy pretty much for his kids, because he's been having them in the outdoors since they were little. And he wanted to do something special, you know, before he left, and Sean basically opened his arms and his house, him and his wife Jill, to go to Roseland Plantation with him. And it was funny because we met him at Pablo's gas station in New Roads, and we met him at the gas station and everything, and he basically, when he met Mark for the first time, it was like they were best friends.
Tell us about the lodge. Tell us about what Sean has over there, this beautiful layout.
Well, it's, you know, of course, you know, like I said earlier, his business is Antique Woods of Louisiana. So you can imagine the woodwork in his place. It's flat gorgeous. He's got beams, he's got sinker cypress, he's got everything in the world. Plus he has every mount that he's ever shot mounted in this place. And it's sitting on 5,300 acres. It's got a 50-something acre lake around it. Everything is made and put together by him. And no, it's extraordinary.
What about the lake and some of the other stuff he got in there? I know they catch fish and they kill and have they manage that thing real good for the big deer too also.
Oh yes, sir. Basically it's 5,300 acres, and the wooded part of the lease is restricted to bow hunting only. You know, the outer skirts of the woods is CRP, and that's for kids, wives, or somebody like Mark, who basically is you know, needed some help getting into a stand, so that you can rifle hunt on that. The outside barbecue pit is made out of, you know, iron. It's got elk horns for the handle. I mean, it's extraordinary once you see it, you know. And I had a chance to sit down with Sean talked to him a little bit about it. I know Sean did a lot of talking with Mark because he was battling this with his sister already, and he wanted Mark to feel comfortable. So his exact words was when we met him was, you know, Mark, you are the OWNER for the trip. You the owner. It's your place. You can do with it as you want. You can kill doe, buck. It don't matter. This is your place for the weekend. I'm at your service. You know, so we had a great time. We did all the cooking. You know, Sean blessed us with a, you know, he said the blessing that night. Jill came in that night and set everything up in China. We had some friends there of Sean's that met us, and we had a great time. You know, it was an experience of a lifetime, not only for Mark, but also for me, because I got to experience, you know, with a good friend of mine, and I got to catch up with Sean, and to have him and his wife open their arms to him like they did, it's just a blessing in disguise. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better.
Hey!
Go here, boy.
Good morning.
What's going on, Benny Rudy?
Boy, y'all ready?
Yeah, oh, well, yeah, we getting there.
That's good.
How about you? Are you ready?
Man, I've been ready.
Me too, man. What a pleasure this is gonna be. Turn it on, Ben.
What y'all doing in there, boy?
Turn the camera on. We're fixing to go do some deer slaying, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Way up there in Louisiana somewhere.
I've heard a lot about you, man.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate this opportunity.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity.
I've been reading that website.
Hey, man, got to ride with you?
I'm telling you, I'm ready. Y'all, Mark's riding with the superstar now. You see, you threw me to the curb, buddy.
I apologize, bro. What you want me to do? We'll have to make up for it later. That's all I can tell you.
All right, Mark, we made it, boy.
Hey, Bubba.
What you think about it, Nancy?
This is absolutely unbelievable. Can't believe it.
You scratch out here, it don't matter. Just look out there and think about where you chunk that next, what we fishing with, Hunter?
Brush hog?
Brush hog, yeah. You can see that sucker going down beside there, that 3-pounder sucking it up. Get ready to set the hook on him, boy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Second set of horns last year.
Okay.
Yes, I mean he's a baby.
He's gonna widen up. Huh?
Yeah, and I'll show you some more pictures of him. But he's a baby, you know.
Is that a silencer on that sucker?
Wow. Oh, I like the way he said that.
Got a few rifles here and there.
Dude, you got some camera cards or what?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, guess what? Welcome to Paradise, Louisiana. This is where it's done, Jack. December the 7th, 2013. Got my wife and my son with me. Best friend, Vince Rispone. Man, look, we in a one-time, lifetime deal right here, boy. This is the kind of stand I like. 8 by 8, guys. What you think? You can't get no better than that. Got deer gonna be crawling out here in a little while like flies.
Here goes the Benny. He's on the road.
Yeah, I see. How big is he?
Good God.
Is he big?
No, that's the small one. Oh, look, there's both of them. Good God, he's huge. I ain't gonna get a shot.
No, he's too far.
God, dog, man. They ran.
Yeah, that was a good deer.
That was a good deer. I'd have took him.
He went the wrong
some big deer, bro. Big deer. We were looking out this way, and I happened to glance back and saw some horns walking in this thicket. Trying to get them on camera. We got a little bit of footage of them. They walked back that way and across that road. Something either spooked them or they were just deciding to get up and go. So we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna come back out here this afternoon. Maybe not in this spot, but if the good Lord's willing, we're gonna see something else. It was a good experience. I'm glad we got to see a little something. Saw 3 bucks, no does. So ratio's going pretty good right now. The odds are in our favor. So get y'all back. Paradise, Louisiana.
Down here, Roseland Plantation, bro. Everywhere you look, it's fine. And I see what the big shots do now. With the big hearts, they get to play Santa. And it's fun. It's got to be fun. Give back something. Look at this place, bro. Everywhere you look. Fish to be caught, deer to be shot, something to be ate.
Whatever they end up doing is just going to be a chance of a lifetime, and he's never going to forget it, and Hunter's never going to forget it, and I'm never going to forget it. This is just
well, that's what it's all about, you know, is having friends and family that look after each other, and this is a gift from Sean Burks.
This is like better than anything he could have dreamed of. This is just what Mark and I also, but I mean, he loves this, and this is just, for this to be happening now is just amazing.
Got a chance to meet you the other day, and your wife Nancy behind the camera over there, and you know, it's for me and my wife Jill and my son Spencer and Caroline. It's an honor for us. It's a blessing for us to be able to share, you know, what we're stewards of it today. Me and my 2 brother-in-laws, Dee Horton and Jesse Horton, and we kind of have a little theme that, you know, we have a sandbox. You know, everybody has a sandbox, but we're fortunate to have this sandbox, and you know, you don't want to play in it by yourself. So I'm glad that y'all got to come play in it, and hopefully, you know, Hunter saw 3 bucks this morning, and it just didn't work out, you know, for them. But hopefully they this evening they'll get lucky and Hunter are able to harvest his first buck.
That's right. That's what it's all about. We've just enjoyed being able to come and see the place. I've never been to a place before in my life that, you know, I've been to a few places that were, you know, somewhere, nowhere near like this, but try to be set up like this. And, you know, I was really kind of glad Hunter didn't kill anything the first day, because, man, we got to stay and see the whole place and absolutely enjoy ourselves.
Come to the family-owned and operated Cassius Casino in Port Allen today, where the Vegas-style video poker machines are ready for your entertainment. Cassius Casino is the finest, cleanest, classiest casino around. And Cassius 50-style diner is now serving seafood daily, along with your favorite home-cooked specials 24/7. Hey, Cassius is fun. Cassius is exciting. So come to the unsinkable Cassius Casino in Port Allen. Over the river 2 miles west of exit 151.
I can't believe y'all brought me out in the blind and we ain't got no food. Man, I'm hungry.
Don't worry, Gary. This will be over quick.
Thanks to our sponsor, Raising Cane's and Todd Grays, a real Louisiana sportsman and conservationist, with true aim and sure shot, giving back to Louisiana.
Good job, girl. That's a better retrieve than any duck. Cane's, the official chicken of Louisiana outdoors.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. It's a time to talk a little kayak fishing with our good friend Gaines Garrett from KC Kayaks. Gaines, good to have you back here.
Oh, glad to be here. Glad to be here, guys.
waiting for him a long time, but I think he's been using them kayaks. That's where he's been, huh?
Yeah, we've been getting out after it, you know, duck hunting. Now we're about to get back into some fishing. So, exciting time of year.
Yeah. Well, I know you got a lot of news. So tell us what's coming up or what's been passed.
Yeah, so the Bayou Coast Kayak Fishing Club has the start to their 5 Tournament Angler of the Year series starting this Saturday, the Minimalist Challenge. That's going to be a big event down in Cocodrie at Boudreaux's Marina. That's a fun event. They give you, you know, everybody gets the same tackle. Everybody gets the same amount of baits and hooks and all that stuff, and they go get after it. And it's really a neat way to do it, and it really shows you who the best fisherman is. So that's a fun event.
And that's our friend over there, Andre Boudreaux, because he did a lot with us when we were fishing with them coaches. Andre stayed so busy, I believe he cooked something else up. He almost like Tofield and Ryan Lambert and all those guys that got them marinas, they'll never stop. So
that's a very well-attended event. But there's also, you know, there's a lot of saltwater kayak tournaments. They're starting to see more now on the freshwater side, too.
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that we've seen the growth of here lately, you know, being in South Louisiana, we talk a lot about the saltwater fishing, but the growth for bass fishing in these lakes and ponds and these other areas has really grown. And the Bayou Pirates Kayak Fishing Club, which is up in Bossier, Shreveport area, they're hosting an event on February 8th for Heroes on the Water. That event's going to be a really great event. It's a bass tournament on Lake Caroline, right there in the Red River National Wildlife Refuge. And that's a great organization that's going to benefit. We've really seen growth in that Heroes on the Water deal with this kayak fishing, getting these veterans out there on the water. It's nice and peaceful and just a really a great way to introduce them to kayak fishing. So
it's a good event for spectators too, because I know it has to be, because the Bossier Shreveport area tourists, they're pushing it hard. So, and I mean, that better be a great thing to be at.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, bass fishing for years has been really a two-part challenge. One, the fishing skills of the fishermen, but it's also combined with the quality of the boat that you got, too. There's so many advantages in getting certain features on it, and we also see that somewhat in the redfish. But now, with the kayaks, it's kind of the same. The more you've got, the better kayak you've got, the better advantage it gives you, but not nearly so much as it does on power boats. It's more about the fisherman's skill.
Absolutely. And that's the fun thing about kayak fishing. You know, it's just you're powering the boat in most cases, and it's really you versus the fish. Not a lot, you've got electronics and things like that you can use, but it's more about, you know, your skill and what you're capable of doing with the rod and reel.
I think that's what makes it so
Talking
popular.
about equipment, you got some new things coming out on your boats, but when Don just brought something up, it made me think, you know, I remember when we had those little pond boats and we were figuring out a way to put a depth finder on it because some of the gravel pits are deep. Most of the fish I used to catch was in February. So it's fast approaching right now to a spawn season in the gravel pits and ponds and everything. But I always wondered how to get a depth finder on it, so we finally figured out one. There ain't a whole lot of places to put thing on, but we put it on the throw motor, you know, and on the shaft. So I guess you see on all that right now. There's so many products that are coming out.
Absolutely.
For kayaks. Can you name a few? You can think of a few right now?
Yeah, there's a lot of terrific companies out there doing this, but the great thing about scuppered boats, you know, these self-bailing kayaks, is you can actually, they make the transducers that go right down through the scupper. So they're actually designed to mount to the kayaks. So depth finders, fish finders, things like that, GPS, all these things now, especially with a boat like ours where we can put internal wiring and run plugs to hook your batteries to and hook up all your gear to. That's a big thing. So
yeah, we're gonna have to do some live demonstrations. We're gonna go by the shop and do that, or go in the water and have your people do that. And we show some live demonstrations to help me. I don't think you have to worry about me with a GPS, because I know I ain't gonna paddle too far out of sight.
You don't want to lose sight of the road.
I don't want to see the road, though.
Hey, as long as you can see the telephone poles there, you'll be good.
I like the depth finder, though. It might be okay.
Well, you know, Gaines, if somebody's got an idea and they'd like to see you incorporate it into the kayak, I know you welcome that. How do they get in touch with you?
Just email me. It's just Gaines@KC Kayaks. We do a lot of custom projects, so love to do that.
All right, very good.
We're going to have you back here. You want to come back right after February?
Absolutely.
You want to give us a report from Boudreaux?
Absolutely.
Yeah, bring some of those soccer
Buto's
league
this
with you, too.
weekend. Yeah,
We'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it.
All right, we'll be right back after this. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
When you're ready to really enjoy life at a slower pace, become a landowner. First South Farm Credit specializes in financing and refinancing land, but not just for farmers. They offer loans to purchase timberland, hunting and fishing, or recreational property. Their experience in land, timber, and loans set them apart from standard lending institutions. Contact a First South Farm Credit loan officer for more information. First South Farm Credit, a specialized rural land investment lender helping you realize your dream.
Introducing Powerade Ion 4, complete with 4 electrolytes lost in sweat. Powerade Ion 4, the complete sports drink.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana. And Gary, a lot of news pertaining to hunting regulations coming out of last week's Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries Commission meeting. The most important thing that people want to hear about, I think, and we can thank the Bayou State Rabbit Hunters Association for this, they are now considering 11 WMAs that they will set aside some special small game areas and allow still hunting for deer only on the other portions of that. So that's some great opportunity for the small game hunters.
That's right, and it's going to help you and I because we're going to be going around the Katachi and some of these wildlife managers. We can hunt in small game, especially with a dog, and you and I are talking about squirrel hunts coming up. And all that runs to the end of February, so that is great news. And by the way, we'll mention Bayou Rabbit Hunters, well, they're well over 1,000, probably close to 1,200 members right now.
Well,
guys do a tremendous job.
It's proof that there's strength in numbers and you can get things accomplished. The other thing I want to mention is there's been a lot of controversy about whether you can take a deer with a bow on private areas when a buck's only season is progress. The hunting season's regulations pamphlet that the department puts out clearly states that you cannot, but that is an error. So from now through the end of the season, if you're hunting on private lands and you've got a bow, even though a buck's only season for firearms might be in, you're allowed to take that doe.
And if you're scared what we tell you is not true, call the Wildlife and Fisheries number or the hotline number, and they will tell you the same thing.
They'll verify it for you. Gary, we got a lot of duck reports to talk about. Some good, some bad.
Some good. I tell you what, the ones that are bad come from me. The fun that came from good came from all my brothers and other people I got, and I'm going to start out, I'm going to run through them as fast as I can because Port Barry has been extra good. You know, them boys out there, not limiting out every day, but 5 or 6 blinds around there. My brother and them taking gas, had the baseball coach from Redemptors. They did well every time they were in there. They had the special gas. Him and Larry Straps right now are just in hog heaven, what they're killing in Port Barry. Most of them teal. Same reports I'm getting from all over. Most of them teal. My brother Jerry down in the Iowa area, they're killing a few geese, 1, 2, or 3 geese, limiting out. The other day they had a limit of 20 ducks and had 5 people hunting. I think they had a bunch of ducks over there. They had 24 ducks one day and they had 18 teal and 6 mallards, greenheads, mostly all greenheads. So, I mean, great reports from over there. Grand Chenier, our boys that weren't doing nothing up Highway 71, Brad Zito and David O'Lynn, they went to Grand Chenier, and when I went over to Grand Chenier, and they caught the weather right and everything. It get cold as hell, 15, 18 degrees, but they did good. They had to break ice one day, but they limited out 2 days over there in Grand Chenier. So that's where them ducks are coming. The people in Arkansas, I know they were up there at White River. They got froze over. Then fire shot some of there in the White River. The rice fields were froze solid. There wasn't nothing flying. A couple of my buddies spent 2 days over there, didn't kill nothing. So, and that's the way it goes when it froze over. But maybe that answers why the ducks were coming down here, down south, and why people are killing ducks. A couple more places. Burris, Ryan Lambert, I talked to Ryan Lambert Sunday when we was coming out, and when I walked in the lodge, and people said, oh, that's the reason you down here. It was 3 of the worst days he had all season, but he's had a great season. And his theory was they rafting. They rafting offshore. Off right now, and the wind was blowing out of the southwest, went from the southeast to the southwest, and then they can get out of it in them big lakes and there in certain areas where the wind wasn't hitting. So they wasn't back there feeding it. They'll be back in there, believe me. I said I got one more. Hopedale, my grandson, I was getting bad reports from them. My grandson went out there with his buddies, the 48 boy and the Venable boy. They went out there. They had near their limit. I think they had 18, didn't shoot well. One more thing is Doshane, Gary Klein, we talked to Ron over there. They've been killing a few ducks. They moved in, a few geese are starting to move in, speckle belly here and there. And just got that call later on Sunday or Monday morning with Robbie Rapp said Lake Leary, plenty of teal. So that's what I got.
Just one more thing to add before we go. Last week I told you don't give up. Some areas are going to improve that haven't been that good. Got a great report from Wax Lake. Over 109 ducks were killed by one group over several days, so the ducks have moved in there. Just got a few days left on the duck season in all the zones, so if you haven't had a chance, get out there and get your licks in. We'll be right back after this with the fishing report. Stay tuned. You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
When you shop for health insurance, you'll find Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Louisiana everywhere.
No matter where you are, you're covered through and through. We got a blue.
Every parish, every zip code.
Lake Charles, North Down, Shongaloo. From Venice to Vidalia, Bio too.
Call your Blue Cross agent or go to bcbsla.com and enroll today.
We got a blue for you.
Hey guys, John here. I want to tell you about two new exciting products on the market from Louisiana Fish Fry Products, #1 selling fry and batter in the country. First is a Cajun fry. It's spicy. It has a great blend of cornmeal and corn flour, the right texture, the right flavor, and good heat. The other is a beer batter. Wonderful on shrimp, onion rings, mushrooms, and any white fish. Two great products available today. Go out and get them from Louisiana Fish Fry Products. Enjoy them.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
And welcome to the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report. And Gary, speckled trout reports have been pretty much non-existent following that big freeze. Haven't heard any fish kills yet, so that's some very good news. The speckled trout fishing should resume now that waters are warming up. Redfish are still plentiful everywhere. A lot of places we talked about. We showed you down in Hopedale. Delacroix Island's another good spot. Down Highway 1, they're catching some redfish there. You've got a trip coming up on a place that typically is a good wintertime spot.
Well, we're going around. I thought I said the Lodge, but we'll be putting in Ontario. We're going with the Captain Rod DuPont, and then we're going over there with them Thursday. I'll be there this next Thursday. When you're watching the show, I won't be over there in that area. But let me tell you what, the reports are coming from Big Lake, and I was telling my brother and them will catch them off the piers. Venice, I didn't see hardly any boats, but before you go down there, they'll all catch them offshore. But if you call Venice Marina, call Cypress Cove, call any of the marinas down there and just ask them. Talk to some of the captains. If you get a winter opportunity and you got your own boat, don't hesitate, because they all catching fish, and some of them are close. I still caught that first tuna 15 miles in. I don't want to give you any more reports, fishing reports, because I don't know. I hear reports again about sac-a-lait being caught in some of these lakes and them. I know they're getting ready right now to catch fish in the rivers and the gravel pits. Now, the rivers in the Florida parishes, when they don't have any rain and they clear up, they are great. And don't give up on sac-a-lait in those rivers. Amite River, the Tall Benny River, and a lot of those rivers right now, they catch sac-a-lait this month coming up, at the end of January and February.
All right, well, you as a listener can help us out on our reports. Send us your reports, both the information and the pictures, to Gary at Paradise, Louisiana, and you might end up on this program.
I got to say one more thing to Team 3D. Dave Morgan, Super Dave Rice, and Diamond Dave Rapola. Thank y'all. They tried y'all best to kill ducks and everything else. Your food was outstanding. What y'all did with that tuna and them steaks, unbelievable. You know, food means a lot to me. Camaraderie and the right people save a hunt. On a bad trip, it really wasn't that bad. thank you for the tips, Captain Dave. I mean, Super Dave Roberts. Thank you for the tips you gave us.
Team 3D, you don't know how big a task you had. We'll be back to see you again next week right here on Paradise, Louisiana.
Hi, this is Super Dave. We're in Venice Marina right now, and I'm going to show you a quick tip to put motion in your decoys when there's no wind. This is came up with an idea with Team 3D here, and you take a simple bungee cord and you tie a string onto the bungee cord, and you run it about 7 or 8 feet out to the first duck, and then you run about 7 or 8 feet of line out to a lead weight. And this weight, if you're using large decoys, needs to be about 2 ounces, and for a small teal decoy, maybe 1 ounce to 1.5 ounces. And then you go another 7 foot. I've got all these attached to a clip, so you can change decoys out, whether you want mallard or pintail or teal or whatever your species you're hunting. And then it goes onto the normal jerk cord. Attach the bungee cord to the limb or stick or whatever you've got out there to hold it tight. And as you pull and straighten the decoys out, the decoy closest to you will actually, the weight will pull it down and it will swim back to this duck, and it gives quite a motion in your decoys, and it will improve your chances of killing waterfowl.
Paradise, Louisiana, with Gary Rispone and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana would also like to thank these sponsors:
Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change, Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Farm Bureau Insurance, Louisiana Fish Fry Products, Chemco, First South Farm Credit, Area Wholesale Tire Company, the tire programs for tire dealers.